welcome back to the Road to Episode 7, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 7 in 2015. And there is a lot of news to catch up on. It is now September. I believe the last video I made for this series was in August, and a lot has happened since then, news-wise, or maybe not news-wise, but rumour-wise. And there's a lot I want to kind of catch up on, so there'll be quite a few of these videos over the next week or so. And I really should try and keep on top of this series, but I had to kind of talk about everything that's been flying around the internet so far. Now this video is going to be about the possible moving back of the release date of Star Wars Episode 7. Now there wasn't any set release date, we just kind of assumed it would be in May 2015 because every Star Wars film has come out in May, and you know, it was, when it was announced, that was like 2.5 years away. Now we're getting closer, it's about 1.5 years away, I would say, or well, a bit longer than that, but still. There are now concerns that the movie might get pushed back, and as it says here in the news, there was nothing really tying Star Wars Episode 7 to that month aside from tradition, and with such a short window to complete the film, we may be able to forget about a May release date. According to Badass Digest, citing multiple sources, J.J. Abrams may be getting a few extra months to work on Star Wars Episode 7, as rumours have the film potentially hitting theatres on December 15th, 2015, or as late as Christmas Day. If things run long during production, it may even push into 2016, but it sounds like they're doing everything they can to avoid that from happening. 2015 is already shaping up to be a massive summer for movies like The Avengers, Age of Ultron, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Assassin's Creed, the new Terminator, Pixar's Inside Out, and Batman vs Superman, all hitting screens amongst many others. So Star Wars Episode 7 would definitely feel some more impact at the box office if it were released in the summer. Moving to Christmas would guarantee less competition and the potential for Avatar-like grosses. I would rather give Abrams more time to make the best movie possible, so I have no problem with this. I guarantee some fans will begin ranting at the sanctity of the May date. I guess there goes May the 4th. It's worth noting as well, I get all my news from JoBlo.com. I trust their site, and I have done for, I don't know, maybe 15 years now, maybe a little less than that, but yeah, I always trust their stuff, and they always cite, you know, where the news has come from and this kind of thing, and they always update things if things have been changed. You know, they don't kind of just quietly brush things under the carpet if they get something wrong. Of course, just to quickly backtrack there, with all those movies coming out in 2015, we now know that Pirates of the Caribbean 5 will be called Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales, I believe. They've now pushed that back to 2016, so that's off the slate for 2015. I kind of agree though. I think if Star Wars Episode 7 comes out in December 2015, it'll do even better than it would have normally. And I really think that is that was the key to Avatar's success. It came out in December, I believe, of 2009. Not only the fact that it came out in 2D, but in 3D, in 2D IMAX, in 3D IMAX, and because, you know, the IMAX and 3D ticket prices are so much higher than normal, I think that's why Avatar became ultimately the highest grossing movie of all time. Because I loved Avatar, and not just to go on a sidetrack here, but I loved Avatar. I think it's a great movie. I wouldn't put it on like my favourites list or anything, but I really, really loved it. But it just seems, everyone seems to hate that movie. They're like, oh, it's so shit, oh, it's horrible, oh, the story is so recycled. Yeah, that's, you know, that's what happens, you know, it's, I really don't get the hate for Avatar. But anyway, but I still think that maybe Avatar doesn't deserve to be the highest grossing film of all time, considering that, for me, as much as I love it, I don't think it's like, it's kind of a classic or anything. Anyway, that's a whole other topic, I'm getting far ahead of myself. But yeah, what do I think about that? It'd be interesting for Star Wars to come out around Christmas time, I guess. I kind of still want it to come out in May, you know, because A, it would be sooner, and B, it's just kind of tradition, you know, and part of me is hoping I can kind of actually fly over to America to see it, because I think that would be amazing. I know that movies are kind of treated with a bit more kind of pomp and circumstance over in America than they are, I was going to say here then, but you know, in the UK, where I'm from. Norway, it's a little bit different as well, but I just think it'd be really cool to go at like a midnight screening in America. You know, I just imagine it just being awesome, just like rabid fans, just like going nuts in the theatre. But yeah, I'd love to do that, and I think going in May would be better than going in December, but who knows. So that was my very quick thoughts on the The release date thing, I definitely think they shouldn't rush it, but you know, ultimately we're still getting episode 7, and that's still enough for me to get psyched about. The last episode I made of this series, I talked about having doubts, and I still do. I might touch on that in a later video, but I'm still really excited. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.